Hey, Elliot, how's it going?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good. Good to have you here. Everyone's going to be drinking High Five today. So this is the Advent Calendar drink along. Uh, Thanks for joining us. I thought it'd be good to have a bit of a chat. I reckon there might be some people that maybe haven't had one of your beers before. Cheers.
Cheers. I oh, I hope not. We're away there a few places at the moment, but yeah, it's
Oh,
happy 6th December, everybody. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, you guys have been cranking recently. It's been awesome to see some good growth over the past year. Seems like you're really exploding. So what's new at Altitude at the moment?
Oh well, man. I mean, our ethos is always just based on quality. So we're just doing our wee thing and keeping it organic as much as we can, and trying to come out with some styles that people I think like, as well as some core range stuff, and keeping fingers on the pulse. And obviously down here in Queenstown is a pretty cool spot to come and have a beer. And then I mean, I'll show you this too. Like, you don't get a much better than that to have a pint with, really, do you? Apart from the umbrellas in the background, but the remarks right there, and the marina right there, and I
Your
can see
thumbs
these
in the way.
people my fingers in the way. Yeah. Uh, Doing that. So, that kind of angle as well keeps people coming down for a few pints, eh?
Oh, incredible spot. Yeah. Just a pretty nice place to turn up every day and make some beer, hey?
Mm. And yeah, High Five being one of our kind of more core range classic styles of beer that I think everyone loves, an APA, eh?
Everyone loves an APA. So when did you first brew this?
High Five, it's been around a wee while now. That's a pretty good question. I mean, I think we must have done that, got to be 2016, 2017, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people actually realize that we're, as a business, 10 years old, and we're having our 10th birthday on Sunday, actually. So
Incredible.
uh, we've,
Cheers to that.
we've been around a wee bit. But yeah, this beer is not an OG in terms of that old, but it's not completely fresh off the boat, although we have refined it quite a lot over the years. And this modern version, as we like to call it, it's not quite an APA of you might get in uh, the 2010s, 2012s, 2013s of USA. It's more of a modern take on it, but kind of cleaner and snappier, and but lighter and paler, and uses hops like Talus and Mosaic's one of the heavy hitters in there. So some of the newer stuff out there as well to drive a bit of interest, and yeah, I think provide a more modern take on a pretty classic style.
Yeah. So it's just been sort of honed and refined and tweaked to improve and also well, yeah, as you say, I suppose people's palates have changed over the past decade, hey?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, getting technical, I suppose, but for here with us, we don't necessarily like crystal malt a lot much anymore, and we find that it's that kind of overly just a caramelly and oxidative effect to beer that we personally don't like. And so I think you look at how we do Westies, and how, say, you might say some of those newer modern Westies coming out of the States are being done now too. It's the same line as this beer, and again, how we're doing Westies, which is more kind of 100% Pilsen malt, just snappier and a bit cleaner, and put that into this beer as well. So, it's 95% Pilsen malt, and this just a little bit of wheat to help sort of carry that head retention, and a bit of body, and so it's pretty pale. And the idea is it's a mid 5% smashable beer that tries to carry some of these modern hops through as well. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's just so drinkable. And it just is one of those beers that, yeah, just a fantastic taproom beer. This is a beer I could just drink every single day. You're not going to get bored of drinking this. There's enough like interest, character, lovely hop profile, slightly, well, solidly bitter finished, actually, compared to a lot of pale ales these days.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are going to do this today.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, hopefully, what I don't want is people to get I suppose, open the can thinking it's this, as I said, this 2013 American Pale Ale, which is, much more of a caramel sweet thing with, a whole bunch of sea hops in it. And this is our modern take on it. And, high five, man. It's classic.
High five, yeah. It's lean, it's smashable, bunch of hops. And you put a lot of your hops, right? And you work closely with some of the hop farmers.
Yeah, one of our big advantages down here is that we've got Garston hops right down, about 40 minutes away, just down the road.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of our cool stories is that we can help, develop their business, and 95% of all the NZ hops we use in our beers are all from just down there. So, starting to see some really great quality and some real unique terroir angles coming out of Garston as well. And obviously there's none in this one being American Pale Ale. It's all American hops, but if you seek some of the other ones out, you'll find some Garston in a lot of our beers, especially a lot of our core range stuff as well.
Yeah, I think it was a few years ago. I was in your tap room and I met the Garston family. It just seemed like just a really cool small family business doing some interesting things, and just a bit of a different direction. It really shows you've done some really interesting stuff with like the fresh hop beers and things, just about how the terroir and the same hops grown in different locations.
Yeah, I like sort of alluded to at the start there, Luke, as well, man. It's for us. It's I got into this business. I started this brewery just because I love doing what I do, and I think everyone should do that. And it's there's got to be a passion angle in it as well as a business angle to it. And I really see that in Garston. And so the synergies there between us, because like I said, we're into it for the passion and we're making quality beer, and that's exactly what he's trying to do in his hops too. So it's a pleasure to have that. Yeah, it's unfortunate, I suppose, we haven't got any Garston in this particular can, but APA being what it is. Yeah,
we'll have to line one up for a beer of the week soon, so we can have another chat.
Totally. Yeah.
But moving away from hops, you guys do some pretty wild stuff with fruit as well. It was awesome to collaborate with you a couple of years ago as Small Gods with our lychee and passion fruit imperial sour. But your jam sessions are off the chain.
It's going well, man. We're up to volume 12 now. It's actually right in, just went into fermenter this morning. It's 2 days kettle souring. So volume 12, sneak peek, beer jerk exclusive here. It's mango, key lime, and lemon. So that's just gone into the fermenter today, and we brew one every quarter. It's one of those styles that I think is how do I say, not necessarily in the APA sense, but the more ones that people that know it go and look for it. That's why we keep keep brewing it, because it's one of those niche styles, lactose sours, and I think when we did the first one, it would have been Biavana, bloody hell, 2018, 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, and I don't think I remember seeing many lactose sours around to that point, and now there's quite a few of them. So yeah, obviously it led to Brock Inspector being the collab with you guys, which was jam session on steroids, man. I think that was what 9.5%, was it, or something like that? And,
yeah.
Yeah, just a bit of excess of everything. Our jam session normally comes in at high 5%, but why not ramp it up? Extra passion fruit, extra lychee, and so that was cool beer. It's cool little collab.
More is more.
More can be more.
And also you do some cool stuff with other kinds of botanicals and herbs. I think it was it Beervana a couple of years ago? You had it was a beer with herbs that you'd harvested from all around your house. I think you were saying your wife had planted loads of, was it lemon verbena? And you pulled it all up for a beer?
Yeah, good memory. So that was it was kind of my wedding brew, I suppose. And I called it what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. For reasons there. But yeah, it was what was that? It was a 7.5% sour saison, or sort of high 7% sour saison. We did, yeah, with lemon verbena, which is a lemony herb, and feel like we put something else in there as well. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Lemon verbena and some might have been some kind of citrus fruit or something like that. But the dominant flavor was lemon verbena. To get that kind of woody, lemony, herbaceous angle to it, and it was really delicious, man. Glad you remember that, bro.
Oh yeah, it was a great beer. But yeah, you've brewed a lot of beer since then, so putting you on the spot with trying to remember the recipe for that one.
Oh man, it's I think we're up to about 170 different beers now, which isn't a huge amount in the great scheme of things, but trying to remember what goes into each one of them is can be pretty tough. Yeah.
Well, I won't keep you forever because we could just be chatting for hours. But looking back at 10 years ago, when you kicked things off with Altitude, what were you imagining? And is it anything like what Altitude looks like now?
Stoked you asked that, man, because when I think about that, and when I so to tell the story of how I got started here a little bit, set the scene is I just finished in the wine trade, and I'd done a bit of brewing and overseas and obviously around here as well. And I decided that wine wasn't for me and beer was. And so I thought, well, I'm going to make 1,200 liters of Mischievous Care, which is, our first beer, a mid-strength English IPA. And that's what I sort of identified as the lead beer for the market back in those days. And my idea was, well, if I've got 1,200 liters of this and I can't sell any of it, then, I just get 100 of my closest mates and we'll just have a great party, and it'll still be money well spent. So it was all, savings that I'd scraped up and money from my grandma and all these things. And so I really didn't have much of a goal, to be honest. I didn't go into building a brewery or building a brand and say, I want to, I want to be Emerson's and in 10 years. That wasn't the goal. It was just to have fun, enjoy what I'm doing, and make some good beer. And it's, again, going back to the start of the conversation, it's sort of been the ethos since the start. Is just do that beer that sold well, and use that money and reinvest into the next beer, and just keep it organic and grow slowly. And got some great staff now and a great location, and have kind of built this brand to the point where I'm really happy with things that are coming out. We're not a you might say a massive nationally recognized brand, but the quality of beer I'm really happy with, and the local following we've got I'm really happy with. So it's been a cool journey, and not necessarily something that I saw myself doing 10 years ago still, but I'm stoked to be doing it, stoked to be still having fun.
Yeah, it's an impressive journey, and it's just so cool to see just the year by year, just the growth of you guys and the changes. And maybe you could give us a little tour of the brewery, if that's okay. Just to give people an idea of the tap room and what it looks like.
Well, let me just switch this around.
You can maybe have a little stroll through.
Yeah. I'm going to show you this first. This is a cool piece of Queenstown history right here.
Very cool.
I also upgraded the gondola a few months back, so we bought one of the old gondolas and just installed it in the tap room as well, with a couple of ski chairs. So just the corner I'm sitting in with you now. So there's the view I was telling you about before, with the marina out in front of us.
Incredible.
Big red shed with nice kayak on the roof. You can't really see, but that helps identify us from the roadside. Come past. This is Jeremy.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I won't take too long. So this is our wee space. Pretty small. We knew that when we we're taking it on, really, but it allows us to have a few customers and drink some beer.
Yeah, you must get pretty in the afternoon.
Hapless and chiller there. And so this is where it all happens.
Here we are.
So You'd see all the stuff all over the floor. It's all happening right. Like I said, jam sessions going in. There's Dan. He's what are you kegging? Kegging lager at the moment. Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
So we run 24 hect fermenters. Got 4 of those here. Got 3 little 12 hect fermenters there. Got a brew house made in Portland over here. So it's all really one room brewery, but there's Ross.
Hey.
One exciting thing that we're doing soon actually is revamping this whole back area here. So these are our bright tank. What we're actually going to do is install 7 new fermenters and an extra, 4 new fermenters and an extra 3 new bright tanks. And so there, we're going to sort of dig up all this area out here and set them up out the back and move the chiller and whatnot. So actually, we're going to be able to essentially double our capacity and be able to brew a lot more of the delicious stuff that's in front of you there. Because at the moment, it's a wee bit of a struggle to keep up with demand, but it's a good problem to have.
Great problem to have. So good to see.
Yeah. And how's that?
Yeah, fantastic. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us. As I say, I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy this beer tonight. Perfect Wednesday night Advent beer. And
I'll be making sure I take a can home tonight too. Actually, just to celebrate, seeing as everyone else is drinking it. So I think I might take it home too. Yeah.
Good idea. Good to drink along. Hey, thanks so much. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Absolute pleasure, Luke. Cheers.